try to get
So
it.
we got overlapped. We got the slack out.
The thoracic should go over the lumbar. Depending on
Over it. Oh, yeah. So,
Get a little tighter. Or is that
yeah, if you can. There. Because you want to take as much of the slack out.
Is that okay that underneath the belt it starts slipping, so there might be a little space now after that?
What do you mean underneath the belt?
Underneath, because you're not supposed to overlap. The bottom's not overlapping anymore.
That's okay.
That's okay as long as the top's overlapping. Then. Okay.
Well, once you start the treatment, it may not be overlapping anymore,
Oh, okay.
depending upon how much weight we put in.
Got it.
But
So
that's why,
it's okay if it does separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
but that's why you overlap, because if you don't overlap, and then it does slip, the chances of, yeah,
Too much slack.
right, right. Okay, so what do you got it set at?
I put it on, there's 4 steps, progressive, 20 minutes time. I put pounds as half his body weight, because we do half the body weight or not more than 70 or 75, I think.
75, well, no more than 75.
So he said he weighed 150, so I got it at 75.
Okay.
Then I did progressive intermittent, 20-second hold time and 10-second rest time.
Okay.
It just his start.
And at 50% of his body weight, what are you accomplishing?
Separating the discs, like traction, lumbar traction.
Okay.
Giving the disc more space. Is that correct?
But you're going to be doing it at the minimum, so you may be accomplishing that,
Okay.
because you're only at half of his body weight.
And you can, during the whole
Okay.
time.
So it's a minimal amount of traction. is what you're saying.
Right, so you're starting with the minimum.
Okay.
So you may have to go higher to actually get,
Then 75?
yeah.
But we,
missed
for the sake
always
of,
start minimum, see if they felt good with them. Move it up, what, 10 pounds at a time? Or?
no, tons of,
And we didn't meet ahead of time. You know your stuff. Well done,
No,
Lee. Lee's absolutely correct.
context clues.
What did he say?
That you always start with the minimum, because, especially the first time, because you don't know how they're going to react to this, if they're going to be comfortable, and even just the belts and the firmness of this and being confined and before we even turn the machine on.
there's always going to be some leeway there.
Right.
That's why you just need to be safe.
Right, right. And the very first time, you want them to experience this.
All right.
Okay.
Start?
Yeah, start. And because you didn't open the table yet.
No.
Good. Do you want to? I've already.
I will later on, like after a couple repetitions,
Why?
to make sure everything is running and functioning properly, and there's no pain and no slipping. And
It's that last. I mean, the first things you said are correct, but it's the slippage.
Isn't there a bigger pole? That's what they were saying, there's a bigger pole with the table open.
Less friction, more pull.
Not necessarily.
That's what we've heard. Right?
I don't think so. No, because
There's something about, yeah, what was it more?
I thought it was less friction,
there's less friction.
so it allows more of the separation. That's what I thought.
See, but the dilemma is that
That's what you have
if you didn't, if you have too much slack, if you open the table now with too much slack,
Oh,
it's going to go the maximum distance as you progress up to, because you have it on progressive. So it's not going to pull with the maximal amount the first time, right?
right.
It's going to do that on the 4th time. So it's going to build up. If there's too much slippage, as it's building up, the table's going to pull and pull and pull and get further apart. It may get to the maximum distance. Then the treatment starts. The table's not going to move anymore.
Oh,
Because it's all the way open because you had too much slippage. So you want to get all the slippage out before you open the table up.
do you consider it a different treatment if we just did closed and then we start over and then we do it again for then the open? You get what I'm saying? So, because there's two separate treatments.
You ready, Lee? I'm gonna hit start while we're talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Isn't
Are
that
you
two
talking
separate?
intermittent versus static?
No, it's open versus closed. So
Table
one,
being open versus closed?
yeah, because for example, one treatment would be just.
Yeah, so now that we turned it on, what are you going to do to... Well, what are you going to do?
Just gonna walk away and leave him. I'm just gonna, he's already got the timer, so I'm
You
gonna
mean the plunge,
try
right?
to stop it. So if he needs to emergency stop it, he can. And the point, especially if I was doing it. But I'm just gonna kind of communicate to him. You know, again, I should have already said it, but you're gonna feel like some pulling, some tension, and you know, let me know if it does get to feel uncomfortable. But let me know when you start to really kind of feel things loosening up and separating. And at what point, you know, I can look and see how many pounds that is.
Right. And that would
You
definitely...
Haven't felt anything yet? Really?
And how much is it at?
It's on 0 right now.
Okay, so it's
on
at
the
rest? Okay. Because I would
think
say...
it was up to like 30 something or just 30, 40.
Is this what is this? Time?
Because as you were talking with him about what his body weight is and what you're going to set it at, did you share with him why you were getting that
How many
information?
cycles? 4.
To set it.
Right?
To set parameters.
Okay, but did you share that with the patient?
Not really this time.
Because
we talked
you
about
kinda
it. We discussed it beforehand.
Okay.
We're talking about.
But make sure to let the patient know what's going on and why you selected all that. Okay? You know, so you're going to let them know that, you know, initially it's going to, it's not going to, the first pull isn't going to be the 70 pounds. It's going to pull in 4 phases. So the first pull is going to be 25% of 70, and then the next pull is going to be 35.
That's where you started to feel it.
Yeah,
The final
like
one.
The first time I actually felt some kind of pull.
And then with each pull,
Because it got you locked in there so well.
well, that's the point, and that's what you want to accomplish.
It's not like overwhelming or anything. It's just like that's the first time I actually felt anything.
Okay,
Really.
and how much? What was it at?
Is that like the max?
75.
It was at 75.
That's what you were saying. You
Yeah.
might not even feel anything.
Right. See, but you want to tell the patient, so when it goes through the first step, you know, for phase 1, look to see what the poundage is, and when it's holding, and you're going to tell me that, okay, it's at 17 pounds now. Remember, we have it set at 70. The next time it pulls, it's going to be 35 pounds. So we'll be halfway there. And then the pull after that is going to be 35 plus 17 is 45, 52. Then it's going to be 70. Okay, because you picked the 4 steps.
Just don't get that.
Oh. It took him 4 steps to get up to the max.
75. Takes 4 times to get up to 75.
Well, that's what he said.
Yeah, but
It's like
then-
if you're
but
working out.
You could just do it.
It's like
But
if you're
going
working out.
through 28
Could do
minutes,
it,
though,
could
how
do
does
it in
that?
one.
What?
This is going
Oh, you
back,
could just go
back
there.
and
It goes
forth.
back down again
Yeah.
with the cycle again,
There, it does max. How do you
and
feel?
it builds it up.
I mean,
Yeah.
someone
Really,
that
that's it?
has
Wait.
hurt their back before.
No, I think each
gets
one progressively
tremendous
after that
relief
stays at
with mechanical
75.
traction.
They already
They're back
know.
to the clinic
They've all
now.
been going
This
up to
is
75.
That's what I'm
time.
saying. That's why I was like wondering.
Yeah, do you have to use all
But it
those steps?
just,
You know?
it wants to, like that first time,
It's gonna be 4.
it has to make sure.
It goes up to the 4.
Yeah, because if you feel,
If you 75 right away.
if you feel pain at 35 or something, or if it slips off at 35,
that's
then you obviously know you got to readjust.
automatic.
Same thing, you have to wait for the rest.
So he waits the rest and he could bump it to like 90 right now.
Right.
Different pulls off the table.
Should we, I mean, can we do that now just to feel if he feels difference? I
I
know.
wouldn't mind feeling it.
But there's one more thing we have to do.
Open the table.
Secure the strap.
Unlock
See,
the table.
Yeah, we were talking about a lot of stuff, so that's right.
Wait, why do we have to unlock the table?
Well,
You're going to find out.
Oh, okay, I thought, okay, but on a regular treatment, when we're doing it closed, you can keep
Not
it
yet.
closed, and we
Yeah.
can increase that.
Yeah,
75 is going to feel different now when he unlocks? Or?
Yeah.
it'll feel different. Because you're going to feel it clunk.
No, he understands everything, not everything, but take the garbage.
I usually tell people it's a clunk like when when you're in your recliner chair, and there's that, when the mechanism clicks in.
Even text me.
That's what it's like.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Looks like it doesn't
Okay.
cycle up
Okay.
to 4 again.
Unlock the table early. So now you'll feel greater pull in the lumbar region
I can
of
go
your
over on
back.
this point, but
Please let me know if you feel any pain or discomfort.
We're gonna do
Any discomfort, I won't say
ultrasonic step. So if you, I mean, I can hang out here.
I just
You
know.
might feel this separate.
I know that one cabinet has all the electrodes in it.
Okay. So you guys go through it, make sure that there was electrodes. They got
We already ordered them.
Okay, and so they're over here. All right, I'll go check.
So it looks like when we set it to 4 cycles, that means it takes 4 cycles for it to get to 75, and it stays at 75 for the 20 minutes.
Correct.
Okay.
I thought it was like
Yeah.
4 cycles of the 4 cycles going up to 75, and they divide that within the 20. Making that more confusing than I thought.
Saturday morning.
No, it's just like if you
Yes,
bench 25, then 50, then 75, then 100. And you're like, oh, okay, I can handle 100 now, so let's keep benching
Right.
100.
Just summer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no different than, I want you to do this bench press. Have you ever done this before in your life? No. Well, how much weight should we start at? Well,
350?
do you think you can lift 10 pounds? Yeah. Okay, well, let's start with 10 pounds. Then lift 10 pounds up. And then you add 10 pounds. And then 10 pounds. So it's that same concept.
So, did you feel much difference?
For you would be very easy.
Was the table open or closed?
I think I do feel it a little bit more, but maybe I'm just starting to get, like it's starting to really stretch out. 'Cause I was kind of listening too, so
Did you really notice?
So mentally you were not focused
I
on
wasn't
that.
completely focused on what's going on. But, yeah.
When it's pulling, do you feel a traction force at your lumbar spine?
Yeah, and what I noticed, depending on if I'm talking or breathing,
Great.
you tend to feel it more when you're kind of breathing out.
So she can give.
Does that make any sense? So it's kind of putting everything tightening back up through here. It's putting more pressure down there.
That's 3. Okay, so it is 3.
So
yeah,
are you
definitely? This is the first time I've ever felt
Yes, and we all have
anything
four.
like this. Cause I got hooked up during class.
Now we
I
can
don't
look
know
at the
if
cafeteria. Yes.
these were off, but it felt like I was just sliding. I think this one was off.
Yeah,
Remember when I got
when you were hooked up, I mean, this was coming across.
No, it's day
I
practice.
think it wasn't set up by the time that you are now.
Yeah, we really excited.
And I think these,
I remember these being tight, but then like when we started, it was kind of like,
This one's easy
Yeah.
to set up. It's just.
and you know what?
and
I
that's-
probably had more clothing on too during that.
Yeah, and
I
that's
don't
going
remember what I
to
was wearing.
and that's
but
going to cause more slippage.
yeah.